Record. Welcome, Reckless Wanderers. This is Robert here, and this is my second attempt of running my first map. I just did a recording, like a 12-minute recording explaining this character, but then it turns out that, my game capture wasn't working, and I basically recorded everything in vain. Also, what you're just hearing in the background is a wonderful, wonderful summer rain that just kicked off. But that's not the point of this video. Let's get ourselves a second map now that we completed this beach, which was kind of nice. And I'm wondering if I have a second one. Yes, so let's just run a beach again. Boss life, jeez, okay. What did we build here? So, we just started Expedition League in solo self-found. I'm gonna go all in and just do an SSF run, trying to get as far as I can in this league. And I'm trying out one of the new skills, and it is dun 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 Eye of Winter. So that's very risky. I was torn in the beginning between doing like Fireball, because I didn't manage to play Fireball last league, but then with all the Elementalist nerfs, I was like, yeah. And then I looked up a Freeze Pulse Witch in Elementalist, and it's like, yeah, Elementalists are kind of not that great anymore. Also, Devourers apparently hurt pretty much. So I took the Elementalist Freeze Pulsar and turned it into an Inquisitor Freeze Pulsar, more or less, and made Eye of Winter out of it. So going full crit, getting the damage from crit multi, so I'm not scaling projectiles or anything. Damn, these Devours. Just scaling it from the fact that that I don't have to worry about the elemental resistance of the mobs, and that I can just scale up the crit multi with the Inquisitor, with the Battle Mage node on Inquisitor, maybe even getting, if I'm lucky, an Innocent Staff, and then using Battle Mage to get additional damage on there. Even though that's fire damage, it's still going to be damage. Eye of Winter has some weird scaling. It only has 40% added damage, and it's also kind of difficult to do something with projectiles with it. And what's even more difficult, and why leveling with this was pretty hard, so please don't level with this skill, is boss damage. It's very good for clear, as you can see. I mean, yeah, I'm not zooming around, I know. But for me, it's kind of nice. It's kind of safe if you don't get hit in the face by a Devourer that's ghosted. It does clear decently well, and it's fun because you can just run around and let that orb do its thing. Whereas with Freeze Pulse, you actually have to, if you encounter a stronger pack, you have to stand still and cast for a while. So, what do we have here? Freeze, slow life, rarity. Do we have any special chests here? Currency items, that's always fun. Okay, so let's start with this. Let's move over here. Get these chests, and I guess this is kind of scuffed. Don't want to hit cannot freeze. And then just see if we can survive this. Yeah, like I said, this is my second map. Oh, Corrupting Blood. Nice! I love that, because it's like so easy to dispel this now. This is so stupid. I have Corrupting Blood dispel on my life flask, because it is one of the flasks which has a bit more charges. So yeah, but still, if it's a rare that also has ward on it, then yeah, not too much you can do there. Can't wait to get that Corrupting Blood. Can it be inflicted on you if you have 5 or more stacks from that what's it called? Pantheon.
Not today.
So yeah, nice. 2 deaths in the tier 1 map. So maybe don't play that character if you want to play a strong character. But no, I actually do have fun. I started leveling with Holy Flame Totem, like the usual stuff with Infused Channeling and Summon Phantasms. Then spec'd over, and I used Freeze Pulse along that. Started picking up the cold nodes, and then at some point just spec'd over to just use Freeze Pulse together with Hydrosphere. And then when it became available, used Eye of Winter. And until I got the second Ascendancy, where the monster resistance doesn't matter, it was very rough. But as soon as I got that, then I could also do some single target damage. Mainly, I'm trying to do that using the Hydrosphere, because one of my links is Chain. So I'm trying to chain off of the Hydrosphere back into the boss. And sometimes that helps. So again, this is a boss life map. And the boss was alive for quite a while. So it's not the greatest boss killer, but it's also it's a lot better than it was during leveling. So this has improved tons. Kitaba was actually a breeze because he's standing against a wall, so he literally can't do anything while he's getting shreked by all the projectiles that come out of this. So that is kind of nice. I do not know if the projectiles actually properly chain off of the Hydrosphere, but it surely feels like it. If I don't use Hydrosphere, and if I just like shoot into a pack, which we need to find now, and if there's a rare, then you will notice that the rare does really not take that much damage, especially if all the trash is dead as well. If it's like only one monster remaining, then it's really really tricky to deal any damage with Eye of Winter. Because the way the projectiles behave, it's like they shoot out random, so you can't really aim this thing. And even if all projectiles hit, then you will deal still like a little less damage than with one single cast of Freezing Pulse. But then if you use Hydrosphere, so I have Hydrosphere linked with Bone Chill, and I think something else, if I'm not mistaken, but I actually forgot now. Yeah, Ice Bite and Arcane Surge. So that also gives me frenzy charges if the Hydrosphere kills something. And then if I position the Hydrosphere next to the boss or on top of the boss and I just throw it into it, then it's actually quite nice, because the shard stick and shotgun, and off of the Hydrosphere I'm getting the chains into the boss, so that is pretty neat. Other things I'm using a Arcanist brand. That one is linked with Flame Wall, Sniper's Mark, and Assassin's Mark, which sounds kind of stupid to use two marks. However, I found that like Assassin's Mark is really nice if there's just one dude again, but Sniper's Mark is so much better if there's ads around, because the additional projectiles after hitting the marked target, they deal so much damage, and if they all chain into the boss, that's just really good. Other things, I am trying to use Frost Shield, so that gives me a little bit more crit and ally damage, but it's a tiny area, and I'm trying to stay mobile, especially in boss fights, and this is where I need it the most. So this is kind of hard. I still need to train to use this properly. And other than that, yeah, I have Steel Skin and I have Flame Dash. As for the passives, I went with obviously Inevitable Judgment first, and now Augury of Penitence for my Merciless Lab, and I'm probably gonna go Instruments of Virtue anyway, even if I don't get the staff. I mean, if I get the staff, then this is a dead node pretty much. Maybe I just pick up this and then this, but getting Sanctuary, I don't know if it's worth it, because that. No, it's because I want to be far away from the boss and not on top of the boss, so the boss won't be standing in consecrated ground, so that's the thing. Yeah, so that's that. And then for the passives themselves, this is turns out to be a pretty standard crit build, focusing on staves, because I want to get that innocent stuff eventually. So I picked up the counterweight node here, Whirling Barrier, and I just got the Enigmatic Defense, so I get tons of block and spell block. Picked up Glancing Blows, so my block chance right now at 70% attack block, 50% spell block, and that means I'm also getting loads of power charges, so whenever I block, there's a 20% chance to gain a power charge. Gonna pick up another power charge and the spell damage for power charge over here, and then I'm gonna pick up the staff node over here, crit multi over here, crit multi over here, and spell crit over here, and there was some cast speed over here. That's all coming. I tried to focus on defenses first. This is like the first time when I actually head into maps and my resistances are capped, and I'm not at 4k, but at least close to 3k life, because my items are still kind of shit. Everything's on a 4 link and no 5 link yet. Again, this is sort of self-found. But yeah, pretty nice. It's a fun build, more fun than I thought it would be. Definitely something different than just pure old freeze pulse. And yeah, if you have any suggestions how to scale this differently, especially against bosses, let me know in the comments. If you want to have the POB, which I don't have one for yet now, also just tell me in the comments and I'll produce something. That's it for Take 2. Thank you very much for watching. Have a good one.